Sneaky fox steals 32 shoes in Grand Teton National Park. Imagine a sly fox on the prowl, not for food, but for footwear. That's exactly what's been happening at Grand Teton National Park in Wyoming, where rangers are baffled by a mischievous thief that's hoarded 32 campers' shoes. But here's where it gets controversial. While the fox's antics might seem harmless or even hilarious, the real story behind the stolen sneakers is far more serious, and it's sparking debates about how we interact with wildlife. The saga began when campers started reporting missing shoes. After 19 pairs vanished, park officials took action, posting signs urging visitors to store their footwear in tents, vehicles, or bare boxes. Yet the fox kept raiding, amassing a stash that now totals 32 pairs. A recent Instagram post from rangers even included a lighthearted video of a taxidermy fox declaring it's had enough shoe sacrifices, set to the soundtrack of King Julian from Madagascar. But don't be fooled by the humor. This isn't just a quirky tale. It's a cautionary one. And this is the part most people miss. The fox's behavior isn't just playful mischief. It's a dangerous game. Every time a camper leaves shoes out just in case, they're teaching the fox that humans equal rewards. That's not just bad for the fox, it could be deadly. As rangers warn, prolonged exposure to humans risks habituation, a process where wild animals lose their natural fear. And when a fox starts seeing people as easy targets, the consequences can be dire. Relocation is one option. In worst-case scenarios, the fox could be euthanized to protect public safety. Some campers even admitted in comments that they'd witnessed the shoe heists firsthand. One shared a story of losing 3 shoes in 2 days at Lizard Creek Campground. Another user bluntly noted, "habituation kills animals." While the fox's shoe obsession might seem cute, it's a ticking time bomb. When wild animals start acting aggressively or dependently, they're often removed from the ecosystem entirely, a harsh reality many prefer to ignore. So where do we draw the line between humor and responsibility? The park's video uses playful language like wanted for grand theft of footwear, but officials stress the message is deadly serious. They're asking visitors to avoid feeding or encouraging wildlife, even unintentionally. If a fox approaches, make noise, scare it off, and never leave food or belongings out. As one ranger put it, wildlife isn't here to be mascots. They're here to stay wild. But here's the question that keeps coming up. Is humor the right tool to convey such a grave issue? Some argue it softens the message, while others say it's the only way to grab attention. What's your take? Should we laugh or should we take it seriously? Share your thoughts in the comments below. After all, the fox's fate, and the safety of future campers, might depend on it. Brooke, she/them, is a McClatchy real-time reporter who covers LGBTQ+ entertainment news and national parks in the West. A journalism graduate of the University of Florida, she previously reported LGBTQ+ stories for the South Florida Sun-Sentinel. When not chasing stories, she enjoys spending time with her cats, riding horses, and exploring the great outdoors. Foxes steal 32 pairs of shoes at Grand Teton National Park. Beware, foxes are stealing shoes at Grand Teton National Park. If you're planning a trip to Grand Teton National Park soon, you might want to keep a vigilant watch over your footwear. Earlier this month, park officials issued a warning via social media, revealing that at least 32 pairs of shoes have mysteriously vanished from various campsites throughout the park. The culprits? Sneaky foxes that have been stealthily approaching tents at night and making off with unsuspecting shoes. But what exactly are these foxes doing with the stolen footwear? The park's post humorously ponders this question, suggesting possibilities such as using them as toys, collecting them for nesting materials, or perhaps even as a quirky fashion statement. However, There's a serious undertone to this situation. The more these foxes interact with humans, the more perilous their lives become. But here's where it gets controversial. Instead of taking the warning to heart, some visitors have reportedly begun leaving their shoes out intentionally, hoping to attract the playful foxes for a fun photo opportunity. This behavior raises significant concerns about wildlife safety and human responsibility. In response to the shoe thefts, park rangers have created lighthearted, "Wanted for Grand Theft footwear" posters featuring a sketch of the elusive fox. Yet, they also emphasize the importance of responsible camping practices when it comes to wildlife interactions. Always store food and shoes properly. Remember to scare, don't stare at wildlife. Avoid baiting animals. Allow wildlife to remain wild. While foxes are undeniably adorable and generally pose no threat to humans, feeding or enticing wildlife can lead to dangerous habituation, where animals lose their natural fear of people. This situation can be hazardous for both the animals and the visitors. So, if you find yourself exploring the Tetons this summer, make sure to keep your boots securely inside your tent and your eyes peeled on the trails. And if you happen to spot a fox proudly wearing a pair of chacos, it's best to just let it be. Do you think it's okay to interact with wildlife for a photo? Or should we respect their space? Share your thoughts in the comments, ***. If you're passionate about wildlife and the great outdoors, don't forget to follow Outkick Outdoors on Instagram and TikTok.